We are having a quiz next Wednesday, I believe, the 12th. Yep. So you got to know how to do stuff like this. Can you use the quadratic equation to find the solutions of the quadratic formula? Sorry, can you use the quadratic formula to find the solutions of a quadratic equation? Okay, so we have our quadratic right here. We always want to ask, is it equal to 0? Is it equal to 0? Yes. Okay. So now we need to figure out A, B, and C. Now, what's weird about this? What's weird about this? Okay. I see 2 terms, but I need 3. What the heck? Okay. Let me tell you, if one of your terms is missing, then one of them is going to be 0. Okay. Now, usually it's A x squared plus bx plus c. So which one do you think is missing, A, B, or C? Okay. So C is just a number, so we have C. X squared, we got that one. So really the bx, the middle term, is missing. Okay. Here's the deal. When you have a missing term, middle term, whatever term, it's a 0. If you have a missing middle term, you want to write it as a 0 term. So 0x. You go ahead and put that above the middle right there. So we have A, we have B, we have C. Okay. So what's my A? 7. What's my B? 0. And what's my C value? Negative 20. Okay. Yo. Negative 20 is my C value. So I have A, I have B, and I have C. By now, everyone has seen me do this for 3 days. You should have done it yourself on the assignment. You are plugging in this A, this B, and this C into that equation, right? So let's go ahead and write this. X equals, and now we need to write negative B. If B is 0, what am I writing? Zero, right? So if B is 0, I'll put negative 0, whatever. You're gonna put negative 0. And remember, this is a, by the way, sorry, let's go ahead and put a big old fraction bar. Okay, so you got your fraction bar, and we're putting negative 0 plus or minus. Go ahead and put a long square root, okay? B squared. So instead of B, I'm putting 0, so 0 squared minus 4. A is 7, C is negative 20, so I'm going to put parentheses 7, parentheses negative 20, all over to A, which is 2 times 7, 2 parentheses 7, okay? Cool. Now, remember, this plus minus sign right here is what makes it 2 different answers. We're going to plug them both into the calculator to see what we get, okay? So, the only person who's not, I think everyone's been here the last 3 days, at least one of these days, okay, except for, so let me show you how to type this in. So press, what you would press to make a fraction is what? Do you know how to make a fraction bar? What do you press? Control, divide. All right, now, usually there's not a 0 there, but whatever numbers, but we type it in, so negative 0, and we're going to put a plus sign first. Control x squared is the square root button. 0 squared minus 4 times 7 times negative 20 all over 2 times 7. Whoa, whoa. If you can type that in correctly, you will get 1.69, okay? That's one of your answers. See how this says plus and minus? So now you're going to do this whole thing with a minus sign. The easiest way to do that is if you go up twice, hit enter, it's going to copy paste it, and you can just turn that plus into a minus. You go over to the left and edit it, okay? Now, this doesn't always work this way, but in this case, it just so happened that it was the same number with a minus sign, okay? It's not always this way, but this happened to be this way. So my first answer was 1.69. My second number is negative 1.69. So those are my two answers. And you'll usually see that in a bracket. The smallest one goes first. The bigger one goes second. That's how you write your answers, okay? Cool. All right, we're gonna do some quick notes. Here's my question. How many of y'all think this is kind of difficult, kind of challenging, it's kind of easy to mess up? Who would like an easier way to do this than that? Yeah? Everyone else likes it this way? You like doing this? Oh. There's an easier way that I've been withholding from you. Why did I start with that, right? How much on the supper? All right, everybody, I'm about to show you how to use your calculator to find the answers of these. You just want to make sure you have a calculator. Make sure you get one. You got another one? Or a friend? Help each other out. All right. All right. Today we're going to learn about polyroots. Polyroots is the function in your calculator that gives you the answer pretty much, okay? It's magical. Actually, I should unfreeze this. There it is. Boom. Okay, can everyone make sure your calculator turns on? Right? Not your phone, but your calculator. Make sure your calculator's on. Now then, I'm going to show you what button to press and actually to press them. Here, where is it? You don't know? Me either. Why don't you go grab one? All right, now, to find the roots or solutions or the zeros or the x-intercepts, these all mean the same thing, right? You can use your calculator function known as the polyroots function, okay? What do you need to do? Step one, make sure it equals what? 0. Now that's what we were doing last week, right? It has to equal 0. Now, here's an example. What if you just have an expression like this? So look at this, x squared plus 4x minus 5. What if there is no equal sign? Well, all you do is do this. Add an equal 0, easy, okay? So go ahead and put equal 0. Okay. All we're doing so far is making sure it equals 0. So if you don't have an equal 0, you just write equal 0, easy, cool. Now, example 2. If your equation is in standard form, if it says f of x equals, what am I going to do? Remove the f of x, put equals 0. So on example 2, do this for me. Scratch that out, equals 0. Okay? I'm showing you all the different ways you might see it. So if there's no equal 0, you add it. If there's an f of x or a y equals, scratch it out. Make it equal 0, okay? Okay, now here's the last one that requires a little bit of work, okay? I want everyone looking up here. Hey. Look up here. Example 3. Is this equal to 0? What do you think? No, okay? But we've been doing this the last couple days. Can we move some stuff around and make it equal 0, right? Say yes. All right, cool. Now, if I want this to equal 0, I need to get rid of a minus 4x. What's the opposite of minus 4x? Plus 4x, right? So let's go ahead and write that down over here. Plus 4x. And on the left side, way over here, plus 4x. Scratch that out. We got rid of one thing. What about the other thing? How do I get rid of a minus 3? How do I get rid of a minus 3? Wrong. Did you know that? Okay, plus 3. And if I do it on the left, sorry, on the right, I'm going to do it on the left, plus 3. Now, if I scratch out both things on the right-hand side, there's nothing left here. What should I put over here? 0. That's what I'm trying to get, right? Equals 0. So go ahead and put equals 0. Cool. Now, what's on the left side? X squared plus 4x plus 3. Just put it all next to each other. X squared plus 4x plus 3. Okay, now is it equal to 0? Say yes. Okay. Now, all we've done so far is make sure it equals 0. So I want to make sure everyone understands. You have to make sure it equals 0 first, and then here's the easy part. You ready for the easy part? Okay. Here's the buttons you're going to press. In your calculator, you press menu 331 to get to polyroots. Okay. So let's go ahead and make sure our calculators are on, and everyone's doing this with me. Where are my notes here? Okay, so I'm going to go to a new document, don't save, number 1, and I'm going to press menu 331. Go ahead and try that. Pressing menu 331, right? Menu 3 is algebra, 3 is polynomial tools, 1 says find roots of a polynomial. That's why it's called polyroots, because it's the roots of a polynomial. Polyroots. Okay. Now, once you get there, press OK. Now, do you see these 3 boxes on your calculator? Yes. Take a wild guess what you're going to put in these 3 boxes. A and B and C, like our warm-up. If you can figure out A, B, C, now I know it doesn't say A, B, C. Look at your notes. The top one is where A goes. The middle one is where B goes, and the third one is where C goes. It's too easy. You got to type it in, okay? Why don't we try an example together, right? You don't put, okay, so let's do number 1. Is this equal to 0? Don't say yes. Is it equal to 0? No, but I need to do what? Just write it, equals 0, okay? Now you're done. Let's go ahead and figure out A, B, C. Is everyone doing this with me? It's hard to hear me with 2 headphones in your ears, right? Take them out, please. Now, A equals, B equals, C equals. What is A if there's nothing in front of x squared? Okay, there's an implied 1, right? What's B? Negative 2. Please don't forget the sign, or it'll make you cry, because you get the wrong answer. What about C? Negative 8. Boy, howdy, can you put those 3 numbers in your calculator? Right here. Let's do it. I'm going to my calculator. I'm going to press 1, and you can hit tab, negative 2, tab, negative 8. Do you see it over here? Okay. Hit enter, and it's going to say polyroots. Guess what you have to press one more time? Hit enter again. When you hit enter again, it's going to tell you 2 numbers, and those 2 numbers are the solution to the quadratic. Negative 2, 4. That's my answer. If you use the quadratic equation, it'll give you the same answer, but it's a lot more typing and kind of complicated, right? I could have. but there would have been less suffering, you know, less hardship. Just kidding. I do want y'all to know the other ways too, because I'm supposed to teach you many ways. And this is the last way. Now, what about number 2? Is this equal to 0? No! But remember, on the notes, we said you scratch out the f of x equals, and you put equals 0. Okay, now that it's equal to 0, I need to find out a, b, and c. What's a? What's b? What's c? What do y'all think? What's a? 1, because there's no number in front, right? So a is 1. What's b? -7. What's c? Can I press menu 331, enter, and put in these numbers? 1, tab, -7, tab, 10, enter, enter, enter. I got 2,5. Too easy. Hey, hey, yeah, you with the phone. Is this last one equal to 0? But I'm gonna just write equals 0. What's a? What's b? What's c? What's a? 1. What's b? 1. What's c? -20. Menu 331, enter. 1 tab, -20. Enter, enter, enter. -5, 4. Too easy. Are y'all able to do these on your own? Okay. Now again, this is still the notes sheet, but I want you to get some practice on your own. So if you flip it over, I want you to try the backside on your own. Make sure they equal 0 and do menu 331. Okay. When you're done, keep it on your desk. We're going to go over the answers in a little bit, but again, these are notes. Keep them on your desk, but I want you to try the back. Okay. I'll give you a minute to try that.